who has canvassed before? Like, who's done door knocking before? All right. Okay, and can I get a show of hands of who's kind of new to it or feels a little so-so? Okay, cool. So we'll make sure to, partner you for y'all with people who've done it before, so that you get your reps in. Has anybody not signed in who's come? Let's see. Are you here for door knocking?
Possibly, yeah.
Possibly. Would you sign in for us, please?
Welcome. Thanks so much. You guys, this is an event on Facebook, right?
Yeah.
Check into it, yeah.
Guess I can. What they need, so that we're listening. It's sort of this back and forth thing. Whenever I go to doors, I always tell people, like, whatever is coming from you, like, that's the most important part. Of course, you want to communicate the message, you want to communicate the platform, but, the reason of, like, why are you here? Like, it's a Saturday afternoon, you could be doing anything. Why are you here? That's the most important thing. And I think voters, they really respond to that of, I'm here because, I believe Progress4Peekskill can make my life. And that's impactful. It means something to people. So what we're going to do today is, we have a list for you, and what you'll do is you'll go, to all the lists on these, all the doors on this list. You'll knock on the door. You wait for them to open the door. Odds are they're not going to open the door. Usually, I'd say it's around like 1 in 5 people open the door. So if they're not home, you're going to want to leave one of our beautiful call cards. Excuse me. When does make this card? Yeah. Thank you. So you're going to leave one of these cards, and you'll just leave it at the door. So, they come home, they see the card, that's certainly part of getting our message out. But if you do get them at the door, you want to say, hey, I'm a volunteer with Progress4Peekskill. We're going door to door to see if you're going to be supporting, Conor Greene for Vele, Vanessa Agudelo for City Council, Vele for City Council, Perlow for City Council. If they say, yes, I am on board, I'm totally for this, you say, hey, we're a grassroots campaign. You want to come do this with me next weekend? Make the volunteer ask. If they're like, no, I hate this campaign, just say thank you for your time. It's not worth your time to stay. If they say, I don't know about this campaign, or I've never done this before, or I don't know what's going on, then you wanna ask them, like, open up, like, start having a conversation, like, what is important to you to see from a city council member, and then they say, well, I feel like I can't afford to live here anymore. Like, my housing prices are going up. Like, how am I going to stay here? And you say, well, part of Progress4Peekskill slate, then you have something to go off of. So on the Progress4Peekskill slate, we're advocating for for housing justice, for equitable growth. We understand the city is growing, but we want to make sure it's growing for everybody and not just wealthy folks who are moving here. So it's a way to open up that conversation. It makes people feel heard, and you're hearing from them too. So, you want to try and have that conversation and make sure you're getting, like, kind of concrete answers from people. Like, do you support them? Will you vote in the primary? Because that data is really important for us moving along the campaign. The dogs really think the data is important. So, collecting that data is really important. I'm trying to think. Yeah, so like when we give you guys a list, the list generally takes, somewhere around 2 hours, give or take. And after that, we're gonna meet back here at Esther Place. So, give or take 5:30, 5:45, we're gonna meet back here so that we can collect the list and have the data. I'm gonna give everybody my phone number so that, you get lost, you have to leave early, etc. Like, I can touch space with you because the data, we need the data. That's like one of the most important parts. We need the data. So making sure that I get that from you. Let's see. Did I miss anything?
What should they do? Where should they put the pamphlet if they're not home?
Oh, that's a great question. You cannot put the thing in the mailbox. You cannot put the pop card in the mailbox. It's actually illegal. So, you know, you can put it next to the mailbox. You can put it, sometimes, you know, what I like to do is I'll like kind of fold it like this and put it in the little like slot between the door handle and the like door frame. But don't put it in the mailbox. That's a good point to bring up. So yeah, you'll just want to find like somewhere creative to put it. And, you know, they'll see the door hanger. You don't want to just like leave it off to them. So I guess maybe, you know, while we're waiting for one of our steering committee members, Tina, to come. We can start assigning terms. So can I get a sense, just physically, like if you've done this before, stay over here. If you haven't, come over here. It's not a quiz. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pair off. So let's just see. Connor, why don't you run that thing? All right. Let me get.
I was just thinking the same thing.
I'm giving you a
Seth, how are you?
walking partner. What's your name?
Jay.
Jay. I'll be walking with Jay today. Yeah, thanks. Oh, and then you two can be partners. Yeah.
Hello. What's up,
Another day. Let's see. I guess Tyrone did we I know you can't share. So you can walk with Vanessa. What's your name?
Technological. That's not a mishap. How's it going with the house?
Now.
They're like, you know, they're like,
Selling moves and you're
so do you want to have a party?
got to get the other house ready. So lots of
It's only about 2 months.
Alright. Yeah, okay. So we're gonna be neighbors. We're gonna be neighbors. Right? Alright. That's exciting. And it's really close to the mall. Excited about that. That's why I like living there. And when they have football games at the high school, you can hear it.
Okay, can I get the pairs, like all of the pairs over here, so I can just give you turf before we do the whole. Okay, so.
Hey, Gabby. Oh, I'm sorry. I just wanted to, have you met Seth? You might not have met.
Oh, no, I haven't met Seth.
Just wanted to.
Hey, Seth, good to meet you.
Introduction.
Seth, are you not here today?
How are you?
Very well.
Oh, look at that.
Well,
I'm in the middle of doing all very good hours.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for coming by.
Nancy, how are you?
we saunter in late.
No,
I have not been sending you the updates because they are so crazy
Oh, no.
that they're not even worth a screenshot.
Right, no problem at all. Thanks for wandering over, and we're gonna say a few remarks and get everyone fired up. See how far you can come up with
Don't help me.
Hey everyone! Thank you all so much for being here.
what we want to see happen here in Peekskill. Maybe as an icebreaker, we could do what is the issue that matters to you and your family members the most here in Peekskill. So keep it to a sentence, maybe one word. Just a good way to get to know each other, maybe. Yeah. Is everyone cool with that?
Yeah. Start us off.
All right, cool. So my name is Vanessa. Vanessa Agudelo, you share they pronouns. I'm running for Peekskill City for re-election. I'm currently on the City Council, running for re-election to the City Council with 3 awesome community advocates. And what matters to me the most is really that the city has a vision. I think for a very long time we've seen developers and people with a lot of capital come in with great projects but no community input, who are able to kind of ram their projects in because they have the capital. And I think it's time that we as a community come together and have a real long-term vision, so we have a direction in which we know the city is truly heading in, one that benefits all of our community members equally. So that's what matters to me the most. I'm going to pass it over to Trisha.
I'm Trisha. I live on Union. I'm a teacher. For me, what matters most is safe, walkable streets, because I have 2 kids, and like sensible, inclusive development. Because again, I think it leads to just a better community for my little kids.
Mark Lawrence, live on Catherine Street. Main issue right now is very concerning to me is that the fact that taxes are going up to 4%. Trying to figure out why that is and to try to prevent that from happening in the future. Because it's going to push out the people that are the working class people that have had family here for 100 years. So I'd like to see why that's going on and what we can do to stop that.
I'm Liz Green. I think the most important thing to me is Peekskill has such incredible, amazing nature and parks, and I think now is the time to act to protect that before it gets lost. So I think that's a really important thing we can do right now to keep it off.
Tyrone Welch, I'm born and raised in Peekskill. I currently now live in Fishkill, but I work with the city of Peekskill, DPW, 13, 14 years. I want to see change, and what's most important to me is programs for our kids and more job opportunities for Black and Hispanic people.
My name is Victor, and I live right here in Peekskill. The most important thing for me is to see safe, and matters to see equality for everybody, no matter if you're white, Spanish, black, or whoever. That is the most important thing, to see everybody around Peekskill. Thank you.
My name is Arnie. I've been in Peekskill for about 25 years. I think we're at a pivotal point in Peekskill once again, and it's really important to have as much community input in the development and future, and developers' input has to be secondary to individual input from the community.
Nancy.
My name is Nancy Warren-Gordon. I live in Lofts on Main on the Diven Street side. And many of you may know me from when I try to speak at the public meetings for the council. My big issue is just the quality of life in Peekskill, the little things, code enforcement, the litter, the traffic, like just walking here from Main Street and cutting across the parking lot at the Nelson Garage. It's like a raceway. People are using the parking lot to avoid the lights on Main Street, and they don't anticipate that a pedestrian could be walking along 4 cars in a row, just zooming right behind me. So it's the little things, and as more and more people and families are attracted to come to live in Peekskill, as I was with my daughter Chloe, I think the infrastructure has to be able to meet the needs of all the new buildings like the Lofts on Main, parking problems, and I think if you can solve the litter problem in Peekskill, as a team, you're in.
I'm Bethany. I have lived in Peekskill for about 9 years. I love it here, and I think that the change is coming, and I want to see this city be ready and be equitable for the folks who have been here and those that are coming. And I think we need a good plan, and we need some change. Thanks.
My name is Conor Greene. I live in Peekskill for about 24 years. And what we need is what they say. We want the safety first, and most of the team progress for the entire city, and for the, especially for the kids and the students.
My name is Seth Lunda, and I'd really like to see the city get a new master plan that focuses on sustainable growth, pedestrian-friendly streets, and safety.
I'm Conor Greene. I'm proud to run for mayor on this incredible ticket and be surrounded by people from the community. I care a lot about how Peekskill is going to grow, what it's going to look like in the next 5, 10, 20 years, making sure that we preserve the things that make it great right now, and ultimately housing. Housing is a human right, and we need to make sure that people can afford and have access to safe, comfortable housing.
My name is Jay. I live on Mallard Way. Lived in Peekskill 37 years. I've seen tremendous change, and Peekskill has grown and it's become a very open, diverse place, and it's at a pivot point, and it may not stay that way. And I would like it to stay that way. That's why I'm here today.
Hi everyone, my name is Vele. I'm running for city council as well with these other amazing candidates. Really the applause goes to everyone out here because you guys are all here on a Saturday. And we're trying to do something I think really big and important. I think it's bigger than just Peekskill. I think it's really just the start. And I think it's going to push things in the right direction throughout all of Westchester County. So the hope is that we succeed in this election and we get other people to also succeed in other elections throughout Westchester County to continue pushing Peekskill and also Westchester County in the right direction. So thank you.
Hi, I'm Tina Bongar. I've lived here for 15 years, and really for the first time, I'm really excited about this ticket because I feel that we can get to these progressive agenda items that are so important to me living here. And Conor Greene mentioned it, you know, the master plan, the fact that everybody has the right to housing, that we can look at that, equitable housing, but also sustainability. I was just down cleaning the riverfront, and I think that this slate takes that seriously with getting a sustainability coordinator, getting a climate task force. So there's definite things that will happen with this slate. So I urge everybody in Peekskill to come out and meet these candidates, talk to them about what's important to you, and let's move Peekskill forward.
I'm Amy Furlow, also running for City Council. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Without echoing too much what you've all said already, I think for me, I really want to see a local government that communicates with residents, that respects residents' input, that values your opinions and your feedback, and creates systems and structures for feedback to take place and to be addressed. So that's really what I want to see.
Well, thank you all so much for being here. As was mentioned, it's a Saturday, so we really thank you for taking the time to come out to meet some of your neighbors, to talk about the issues. We are here as a product of kind of a community brainstorm, right? I mean, we look at the area around this, and this wasn't, you know, the act of one specific council member or mayor, right? This was an idea that came from the community. A group of community members came together and decided that we were going to make this happen, and then they had a plan of action. They came to the city, and now it's a reality. And this is what's possible if we are all able to come together. And we should have a city government that encourages this kinds of conversation, this kind of dialogue, and this kind of empowerment to take to really see our government as it is ours, as we are the government, right? We have the ability to come up with these solutions, and we have the right to, because we live here, we pay taxes here, we give to the local economy here, we're part of the diversity, the richness here, so we need to make sure that the policies that are being crafted in City Hall really benefit all of us, and don't just benefit a swarm of people that are leaving New York City for a place to go, right? Although we encourage newcomers to come to Peekskill because we know what a gem of the city that this place is, but our responsibility is first to take care of the people that we have living here and to ensure that they have a seat at the table so they are able to communicate their needs and they're also able to be part of the solution, because that's what we all deserve. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to our mayor to give us, I'm sorry, well, I'm getting a little ahead of myself. The future mayor of Peekskill.
Thanks. So I wrote down some notes. I'm not as good off the cuff, but I just want to say it is so great to be standing here at Esther's place, which becomes sort of the civic center of our downtown. I want to give Seth, Nancy, all the Peekskill Walks people a shout out for helping make this happen. And everyone here who has shown up to say that they stand for bold, progressive change and are willing to help work to bring that to City Hall. So I'm really, really honored to be running for mayor as part of this incredible team, and just fighting to make local government work better for all of us. I think that's what it is at the end of the day. I want to stress that there is no better endorsement that we can get than neighbors talking to their neighbors about us and just letting them know that there is an option in the upcoming primary. There is a slate that is putting forth clear, bold, progressive ideas. So having all of you here taking time out to help us get that message out is invaluable. So with all of your support, we can move forward with housing justice, with equitable growth, open, accessible government that really does respond to the people. We're going to take strong action to safeguard our environment, make our streets safer and more accessible, healthier neighborhoods. And we're going to work to reform police in a way where we rethink what public safety really could look like. So with that, I'm just honored to be here. Thank you so much. I'm going to kick it over to Amy to say anything else. Thank you so much for all of you being here.
No, I feel like everybody said it already. You know, we're all ready to see the change that Peekskill deserves, and people who are coming in who are new deserve to see that change, and people who have been here also deserve to benefit from the change moving forward. So I have nothing else to say, but thank you so much for coming, and I can't wait to knock on some doors with all of you. Thank you.
Maybe the only other thing I want to say is that this is the part of our campaign that we've all really been looking forward to. You know, the pandemic has really caused us to have to do everything remotely up until now. And now that vaccinations are sort of available to all age groups, and they have been for some time, we're very excited to start knocking for the first time. We didn't knock on doors for our petitioning. And luckily, all four of us really actually like talking to people and really like, you know, getting feedback from the community. So I know we're all going to really enjoy this next phase a lot. And thank you for coming along with us. And if any of you want us to come with you on a future date, if you don't want to go by yourself, I mean, I'll speak for myself that I'm very happy to come with any of you to your own neighborhoods. So just reach out. Our contact information is here. So thank you again.
All right, so before we get out, we've got to do a group picture. So can everybody, let's see, everyone come over that way. So we're who's good at photography? Should we be this side or this?
That way, because if you come this way, it'll be there. That way.
That's why I'm not the photographer. Okay, everybody come this way.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. One bunch, but I need to get more.
All right, everyone, we have some signs, some paper signs, so just take one and pass it around, please. So we have the, oh yeah. Short people in the front?
Should we, yeah, short people in the front.
Or Neil in the front? I'll Neil. Okay. All right, so anybody, if I've given you a list already, and you have all your supplies, feel free to go and
We've got clipboards now, so if anyone wants a clipboard.
And does everyone have
I'm just like, okay, if you haven't received the term, if you have not received the term, please come to me. If you have, you are able to go out of the door. So, Tyrone,
Thank you for joining us.
how are you?
Right now, we don't I need a help.